Hey, what's up, Street Talks? The Eric from the Eric Street Photography blog. So I want to share with you some practical ideas on how to hustle. I think it's the number one secret to success in life or anything is the spirit of hustle. A spirit of hustle means a spirit of risk taking, a spirit of taking life into your own hands, a spirit that generally if you work harder, you get more rewards. And the basic ideas actually have pretty good holding and sway in ancient Greek philosophy. So for example, the philosopher historian Herodotus mentions generally men who toil more gain greater rewards. Similarly, Heraclitus says something like he didn't really quite say it like this, but greater risks entail greater rewards. So I think in life is short. The only certainty we have in life is that we're all gonna die. And so while you're still alive here on planet Earth, why not use your life, your time, your opportunities to hustle hard and make a meaningful change and impact what you wish to see in the world. It's so funny, this even now, after I used this to apply to college, was the Gandhi Quote, be the change in which you wish to see in the world. And it's a very simple concept. The idea is that in order to change the world, you must be the change. You must hustle hard and take action to create the change which you wish to see in the world. And I think the problem is in modern life we're so discouraged from action is because there's so many naysayers in society who tell us we can't do things. There's so many people in society who use scare tactics to prevent us from doing things. And honestly, most of us are kind of stuck in this employee mentality where essentially we have to work for a living. But when it comes to hustling, I think one of the really important principles is this concept of risk taking. So this is one idea that I kind of came to realize, is that if you work at a company, the work is very difficult and it's hard and stressful, whatever, but it's technically not risky. You're not really taking that much of a risk because worst case scenario, I guess you lose your job, but you could always just kind of get another job. So in fact, working for a company is not really risky. And it is true that the higher risk you take, the greater the rewards possibly could happen. And I know for myself, the best way I've been able to overcome risk aversion is knowing that ultimately you have nothing to lose. I've even done a fun experiment where I could see how cheaply I could feed myself, and I've just been able to feed myself on like $2 a day on just eggs and probably coffee. And so for me, I know that as long as I have a ground to sleep on, eggs, coffee, and Wi-Fi, I have all my basic needs supported. And also I think what's very important is you need to stay away from sources of information and stuff which kind of breeds fear and essentially what Cindy likes to call fear feeds. So for example, I realized with the media, I've been doing a huge fast from the media and just information on the internet for a really long time, and accidentally checked some news today. And man, the news puts you in such a shitty mood, is that it gives you a distorted view of reality, that everything's so bad and falling apart and stuff like that. And the way that all these news media agencies work is they just thrive off of fear. And so I would just recommend you to try to spend a few months, a year, maybe forever, just don't read the news. There's really nothing informational. There's no real information in the news which actually really helps you. Instead, I would recommend you to watch documentaries and figure out other entrepreneurs, people who've actually done crazy shit in their lives, people who've taken massive risks, and to know that ultimately at the end of the day, we're all gonna die, and it all kind of doesn't matter that much, which to me actually takes a lot of pressure off my shoulders, because even though I might lose all my money and become destitute, whatever, my basic needs are going to be met and I'll be okay. And the only thing that's holding us back is perhaps a sense of pride, or a sense of losing your material worth, or your, you know, respect from other people. But as long as you're working hard to work on something that's truly meaningful to you, that you think will create an impact and hopefully create ripples on the span of human history, don't think just for today and tomorrow. Think decades, think centuries. My personal ambition is to make images that hopefully influence and help other people 300 years from now, and similarly to give thoughts that have wings for decades and until I die. And once again, life as an entrepreneur, it's not really about becoming rich or anything like that from what you do or making $1 trillion. It's really taking a risk, putting skin in the game, and standing up for what you believe in. So as a concluding mark, just remember, you do have the power to enact massive change in the world. Don't be afraid to step on other people's toes and hustle hard. Peace out.